This video reviews the food and cookware for our family of 3 for a 9-day, 8-night trip to the Boundary Waters. Dinner number 1. We've got dehydrated taco meat. We'll serve that with corn muffins. We'll cook the corn muffins in our reflector oven. I've taken them out of the box to save weight and save on the garbage that I have to carry out. And I've got these nice single serving packets of cheddar cheese, one for each person with the taco. And we'll put a little bit of corn into the tacos to add a vegetable. All right, dinner number 2. I've dehydrated some chili. We'll serve the chili with some crushed Fritos that I've vacuum sealed to save space and to keep them fresh. We'll serve those with some biscuits cooked in the reflector oven. We'll also make a side of applesauce. This is dehydrated applesauce, and this is enough to make 1 cup of applesauce. My luxury item for with the biscuits and the cornbread, I also use this to make up mac and cheese. Meal number 3, beef stroganoff. We've got the dehydrated egg noodles. I find that they come back just a little bit faster after they've been cooked and dehydrated, but also when I make this, I make enough to feed my family, and I'll have too many noodles left over, and I'd rather not throw those out. I'd rather dehydrate those than waste. So here's the beef stroganoff dehydrated, and here's another 1 cup serving of applesauce to serve on the side. And when I make the beef stroganoff, I will put freeze-dried peas in with the beef stroganoff. Dinner number 4. We've got dehydrated spaghetti, meat sauce. And then we've got the dehydrated spaghetti to go with the meat sauce. We'll serve that with a side of cheesy garlic biscuits. We'll cook these up in the reflector oven. And another 1 cup serving of applesauce. When we cook the spaghetti, we'll put a little bit of freeze-dried peas or a little bit of freeze-dried corn, so everyone gets their vegetables. Dinner number 5. Good old mac and cheese. I showed you the butter. We'll have the butter along. A side of tuna and another 1 cup serving of applesauce. And once again, we'll put some freeze-dried peas with that. Dinner number 6. Idahoan loaded baked potato soup. This stuff is really good. I serve some bacon bits with the soup. And then we've got the blueberry muffin mix. We'll cook this up in the reflector oven, and it will turn out to be a blueberry cake. I'm not going to carry a muffin tin. Meal number 7. We have some buttery noodles with a side of tuna. Dinner number 8. The last dinner of the trip. I've got some dehydrated ground beef. I've got a noodle side to cook the beef up, and I've got applesauce. Breakfast and lunch tend to be on the go, moving from campsite to campsite, so a lot of this is cold food that you can eat quickly. This is a breakfast we would fix when we're staying in camp for the day. It's chocolate chip pancakes, my daughter's favorite, and with the chocolate chips in there, she has no need for maple syrup whatsoever. A little bit of cooking oil for cooking the pancakes and for cooking hash browns. Served with those, we have the pre-cooked bacon. For the days we're on the go, we have bacon jerky. We also have instant oatmeal, which is very quick to prepare. Just add hot water. My daughter likes the strawberry and the apple cinnamon. My husband likes the maple brown sugar, and I do the plain. I don't eat any of the stuff that has sugar in it. And the plain oatmeal. I serve the plain oatmeal with nuts. This time I'll bring a little bit of pecans to sprinkle on it. And then freeze-dried fruits. What about when we're on the go? This covers both breakfast and lunch. My go-to when we're on the go is trail mix because I don't eat any of the granola bars with sugar in them. I like to make trail mix with peanuts, raisins, and goldfish. Another on-the-go treat I like towards the beginning of the trip is cheese. Cheese is a little bit of a luxury item out there, and it goes pretty fast. We don't have to worry about keeping it for a long time because there won't be any to keep. Another to-go food for my husband and my daughter, they don't love my trail mix, is granola bars, Cliff bars, and Nature Valley Peanut Crunch. So my daughter loves the Cliff bars. The Cool Mint chocolate is her favorite. Another to-go lunch food that we have is jerky. I've got some sweetened teriyaki pork jerky, some steak jerky, some beef teriyaki, and some plain old good old beef jerky. What about if it's cold, raining, thunderstorm, windy, and we're stuck in camp? It's nice to have something hot. I throw these into the Blue Barrel as spares. Some of these have been on multiple trips with me and we've never used them, but if we're stuck in camp a lot because we get horrible weather, people will be happy to have a hot meal. So I've got some Mountain House sweet and sour pork, chicken fried rice, and rice and chicken. Okay, drinks and desserts. My husband tends to get low on electrolytes, so he buys this couple of tubes of this Noon and drinks this for electrolytes. I also bring some Gatorade, the individual packets. My daughter and my husband love this stuff. It's fruit punch flavored Gatorade. And then I also bring a couple of cocoa packets for my daughter. I drink good old water, and for the most part my family drinks water, but for electrolytes we have these extra things, and for a nice cold day we have the cocoa for my daughter. And for me and my husband, for a nice cold day, we're not big cocoa drinkers, we've got cream of chicken soup. And of course, we can't forget treats and desserts. What would a trip be without some treats? We've got some marshmallows for roasting, some lollipops, a couple of cups of peanut butter. We've got a package of Starburst in there. My daughter and my husband love those, so when I slip that out one day, they'll be really excited. We've got some freeze-dried cinnamon apples that we can make up for dessert when we get to the end of a meal and we're just still a little bit hungry. Cinnamon apples, they're good hot, so I would boil some water with these and cook it down and have some nice warm cinnamon apples. My husband's trip favorite. And this was an impulse buy at a Canoe show that we went to. It's some vanilla pudding. This is my condiment bag, and here we have a few wonderful odds and ends. We have good old salt and pepper, we have crushed red peppers, and we have Frank's hot sauce. Have some jelly and some Nutella, and we have some ketchup for the hash browns. That's what's in my condiment bag. This is my cookware for the trip. As far as cookware goes, I've got a pot with a cozy that we made from, my husband made this from ducting insulation and ducting tape. It works very well. The pot cover is also a skillet. I'm using the extra space inside the pot for storing some of my food items. This is a very tiny pot for just for boiling water. I've got some spare paper towels, and then I've got my pot and my bottom cozy, and then I've got 3 plates. Let's see what's in my cooking bag. I've got 2 bowl sets like this. The inside bowl is actually the cup, and so it's got a cup cozy on it. And I'm using the inside for storage. I've got some of these light load towels, and when they get wet they fluff up like this and make a towel. I've got 3 different colors so that each person in my family has their own personal little towel. They're not very big, they're about enough to wipe your hands or dry some dishes. Different color for each person, and when they get wet they unfold to make a little towel. This is a spare camp stove in case we have an accident with our good stove. Very tiny, not as good, but in a pinch it would do. In the second bowl cup set, I've got some camp soap and some sanitizer. And I've got a couple of lighters. Here's our good camp stove. I've got a set of sporks. And here's a spare in case anyone loses theirs. Sometimes kids tend to drop things and not pick them back up, and so 1 for each person in the family and a spare. A spatula for cleaning out the dishes, and a fold-out cooking spatula. And last but not least, the pot handler for moving around the heavy pots. So that's what's in my kitchen kit. I've got 2 cans of fuel for the camp stove. This is a little more than what I'll need. One of these usually lasts about 5 or 6 days the way we cook. I've got spare baggies of all sizes. I've got a couple of 2-gallon, a couple of 1-gallon, some quart, and then sandwich size baggies. What I've got for garbage is I use a set of 2-gallon bags. I fold one in half and stick it inside of the second. This is a 5-foot by 3-foot nylon drop cloth I made. I use this to spread out on the ground before I unload my food barrel, and I use it as sort of like a tablecloth on the ground to empty the food barrel. This is where I place my food and my cooking pots and so on. And I also pack our personal hygiene items in the food barrel with our food. We always bring sunscreen, and then our other personal hygiene items for the trip. What I like to do for toilet paper is buy the rolls that say there are 4 times more toilet paper on the roll, pull the cardboard center out and vacuum seal it to make it smaller. All of the food and cookware in this video is packed into the blue barrel and into the pockets of the barrel pack. That's all for now. Let's get outdoors and keep our wild places wild. If you've enjoyed this video, give us a like and subscribe.